That was all I needed to hear to ease my heart. No matter how much enlightenment we may have, we are still human and we will mess up, fall down, miscommunicate, and continue to make mistakes, and others will too. We must remember to see ourselves through the eyes of the Almighty Father, Mother, God, Goddess. God will always forgive us, love us, and accept us, flaws and all. Neil Donald Walsh said something in an interview I watched that made a lasting impression on me. He was asked the question about friendship. How do you keep it alive? I loved his response. He said the key was tolerance. We are all going to fall short and make mistakes. Is that a reason to shut your friends and family out of your life? That not only hurt them, but it hurts you as well. It shuts your heart, which is the most detrimental spiritual pitfall one can make. Why not extend tolerance, generosity, compassion, and let them down off the cross? Isn't that what we all want? To be pardoned? If you cannot pardon or forgive, it's because you haven't pardoned or forgiven yourself. You cannot give what you don't have. One of my favorite prayers, the prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born to eternal life. The F word. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Just because we forgive doesn't make us a doormat. Soulmate number 4 came back after 9 months of silence, reaching out to me via text messages and sending a picture of us on our anniversary. I was shocked, to be honest. After a few more friendly, inviting text messages, I asked him if he was finally ready to talk. He said yes. I was really nervous, going back and forth on whether I wanted to see him. I wasn't sure if I wanted to open up this can of worms since I had worked so hard on letting him go. But I know I needed to be brave and see him face to face to get final closure or even just an indication of what happened. My prior vision of jumping into his arms, happy to be reunited, quickly dissolved as I realized my heart was closed to him as he was hugging me. To be expected. After talking and spending a couple of hours in his presence, I realized he was still in the same place. He might have shed a few pounds from his body, but his mind and his heart were the same. Since I had done so much introspection, healing, and growth over the last 9 months, I didn't think it wise to get involved with him again on any level. After a few more conversations, because I had a lot to say, I decided that the emotional roller coaster ride was not an option for my heart anymore. I am no longer that insecure, wounded girl. I have self-love that I didn't have before. I want to be with someone who is willing to grow and change with me and be that steady rock in my life. Still, he is a part of me and was the catalyst in my rebirthing. I am grateful to his soul for being the one to play the role of abandoning me. The love we shared was real and will always be. The word forgiveness is such a loaded word. It's heavy. Replacing it with the word acceptance feels lighter. Taking Alexandra Pope's quote, to err is human, to forgive is divine. Taking it to another level, to forgive is human, to accept is divine. God doesn't forgive. He or she doesn't need to because there is nothing to forgive in God's eyes. The highest truth is that only love is real. Everything else is an illusion. I chose my relationship with soulmate number 4 and chose to be abandoned so I could heal the lingering darkness I was harboring once and for all. If I remember that, there is no need to forgive him for anything. I should be thanking him instead. Having this understanding changes everything. We chose our parents, our family, and those we would interact with during this lifetime for the same reason. Those who would project or mirror to us the positive as well as the negative attributes we needed to integrate and overcome. All of the precious souls in our life are a part of the great drama we have chosen to experience. After we play out our roles, even if our bodies are harmed, our bodies are not who we are. Our souls are never harmed. We leave the physical vessel and our soul goes on to other experiences. The problem, or where we get stuck, is that we all have forgotten this basic understanding. From A Course in Miracles. When a brother acts insanely, he is offering you an opportunity to bless him. His need is yours. You need the blessing you can offer him. There is no way for you to have it except by giving it. This is the law of God, and it has no exceptions. What you deny, you lack, not because it is lacking, but because you have denied it in another and are therefore not aware of it in yourself. Every response you make is determined by what you think you are, and what you want to be is what you think you are. What you want to be, then, must determine every response you make.